All right, everybody, welcome to live stream under the Moonshine number 296. Tonight, we continue with what was a very dramatic part three in the letter. So, guys, it's been a while. It's been about a month since I've played part three. I'm really surprised that it's taken me this long to get back to this visual novel. But I want to go ahead and show you guys what happened in the end of part three to bring you guys up to par with up to date with what was happening in part three. We are playing a realtor. I think her name is Isabelle. We're playing a realtor, a real estate agent named Isabelle, and we had a really good friend named Rose, who is a lifelong friend, who is also a real estate agent. And the part one started off with us trying to sell this big mansion, and we were showing it to, or we go inside because we were going to show it off to some, potential buyers. And we saw some really creepy things. We saw some alien type of a creature that freaked us the hell out. It came at us, and we ended up falling down some stairs and getting knocked out. And there's been some really creepy things that have happened, and like our realtor friend and some other friends that we have found it really kind of hard to believe this, but they were definitely very supportive of Isabelle as we play her. Well, now in the last part, we find out, or I found out, this is what happened when we went back home to our messy apartment. As we see, we get all these ramen noodles a lot and stuff like that. But things really picked up here, and let me show you guys what happened. One would think that someone who has been on a conscious binge of instant noodles would find a home cooked meal very enjoyable. But it just isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing at me tonight, and neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things that you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. And it distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would just stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. The letter, yeah. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home.
Oh boy. Found dead in her home yesterday evening. Wow.
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper.
Oh my god!
Working as a real estate agent.
No! That's her best friend! What? Homicide? Victim? Rose Pamela Cooper? Working as a real estate agent on the news, found dead in her home. That was... Oh my god, that's a fucking shocker. Oh, my mouth is agape right now. Holy shit. Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with
Oh
words
no.
"Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Oh no. Oh no, whoever wrote this note went after her best friend, her fellow real estate agent. Oh my god, woman brutally killed. Yikes, this is horrifying. No! No! This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. I hope she's dreaming, because that would suck to lose your best friend of however long. None of this is supposed to happen. No one is supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Just legends. This is Rose they're talking about, woman. You need to snap into reality here, Isabella. That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And immediately I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I touch its edges. Yeah, this is taking a big twist. I was not expecting that. The writing did a good job there. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. She's freaking dead, man. I need to call her. I was just with her. I was just with her not too long ago and she was okay. No. Alright, guys, so that's what happened. She ended up calling her and there was no answer, and the end of the night happened. It was really dramatic. And I was like, wow, things really picked up here in part 3 of the letter. So that is where we're going to go ahead and pick things up right now, guys. Alright, backlog. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. Okay. So it's morning time now after all that happened that last night when we found out our best friend and fellow real estate agent, Rose, had been brutally murdered. And the same words that we had found on this note in that mansion, help me and stuff like that, was all over Rose's walls. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I ever heard and what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my position is and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now. Now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone, and it's because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. She's talking about the note that says help me all over it that she found in that mansion. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my damn mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone had ever gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. To all BRC employees, in the light of recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting here from 1 to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies all will be discussed during this meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, Joanne Alice Schultz, the manager. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. But today, my limbs, they just feel heavy. On one hand, going will help keep me busy and take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. Go to work or stay home? I think we're going to try to force ourselves to go to work because, the letter says it's mandatory and we probably don't want to lose our job. The last thing we want to do is not be able to pay our rent on our apartment here, right? Story updated. So the game is going to have different endings depending on the choices we make here in this visual novel. So moping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile no matter how bad things get, and you just hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and I head for the shower. Oh my god. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by it, unfolding for no one else but for me to see. Help me, help me, help me, help me, yeah, it said send this to 5 people or else. Well, she did not send this letter to 5 people. Could her losing her best friend be or else? Oh. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer at me, and they ridicule me like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it in my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This, too, I'll deal with. Somehow, I'll find a way, and I'll make things right. I have to. Before it takes more people from me. even if I must do it all on my own. Alright, papers rustling, telephones ringing, and feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at the Breyer Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it in the morning news and in the papers and on various news sites all over the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place that Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for the meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what this is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if you just shouted at me today. Anything is better than this.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and I've been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about this. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to do anything. I just want to forget. Monday, 24th of October, Breyer to Realty Office. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. He remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the place is history from the current owners and a list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I'd remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters? No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people. Rose. The letter.
I need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them. Thank you. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that could be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something these people should... The noise cut sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left their printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have to fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose who does the nagging, but Rose isn't here anymore, guys. Rose is fucking dead. The clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learn to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages have already strewn about on the ground, the paper tray having been left ajar. Sighing, I pick each of it up and put it somewhere proper. But the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. Oh boy. More help me's than blood. The chill makes its way up my spine, and it's as numbing as that day in the attic of that mansion. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it rasps through my gritted teeth. Before I can even gather myself, I take the first steps out of here. Total darkness suddenly envelops me. This would be really scary. I mean, I know this is just a visual novel, but if you could imagine this actually happening, this would be scary as fuck. And as if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. Oh my god, that is a creepy ass sound, guys. That is a very creepy sound. I just want to go ahead and... We're going to go ahead and cancel here real quick. But we're going to go ahead and save this right here, guys. Yes. And we're going to go to the options. We're going to go ahead and turn the sound effects up just a little bit. Turn the BM up just a little bit here. And I want to go ahead and apply this so you guys can hear this sound a little bit better. Because that's creepy. As if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has now descended into this room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. It's familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. Oh no. Oh god. It's her! Oh my god. The blood. The head nodding back and forth as if it's some kind of a zombie just transfixed on nothing. If it turns around and faces me, I think I'm gonna get the creeps. Standing in the only exit in the office, albeit facing away from me. Yeah, exactly. Thank God it's facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. The same person that was in the attic of that mansion. I take a step back, the pen I'm holding slipped from my hand, and my entire head turns! Oh my god, that is such a fucking creepy face. As I think it's the big white eyes void of life. The smile, the blood coming down from the lips, that's just creepy. A scream almost escapes my mouth and I duck under my table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my own mouth. Someone, please save me! Anyone! I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her hear me. Okay, quick time events, it says. Ooh, we got some quick time events, huh? The seconds, minutes stretch out before me, agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly, I opened my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise. Oh my god. Oh my god, is she dare gonna look under here? What the hell happened? Oh, there we go. I clicked off the screen. Alright. I don't dare move or make a single noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg. Let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please, don't let her notice. I want to live. Yikes. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Hannah. So we stop in that dramatic moment, and it looks like we're going back a week to the previous Monday. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention. Enraptured. They hang onto my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile as if they were honest. And a few were downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Hannah Wright!
Hannah Wright. So now we're going into a different point of view to whoever Hannah Wright is. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar, but a less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile to greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn hands, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He is more Luke's friend than mine. Really, I am quite sure I only invited his wife here. Much like I am only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke. Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was a sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. Okay. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I don't know, I might be wrong. Aside from being chief inspector of the Luxbourne Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee, in advance, owns a General Electric company. Fridges and freezers, mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favorite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight. I see the husband isn't with you.
Oh boy. I see the husband isn't with you. You're not trying to imply anything, are you here, buddy? The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I think he is trying to imply something. I just wish Luke was here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring for too long at my assets, yeah, and getting close just because my husband isn't here. Yeah. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own damn party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you're looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here.
And so he says the same thing right back to him. Rochelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor.
Wow, what a fucking ass. I already don't like this guy. Like, he probably deserves a slap for that, to be honest. Like, he's basically trying to put down her fucking husband. I don't know who these people are. We're taking the role of Hannah, it looks like. But I don't know what's going on at all, but I know this guy's a complete ass.
The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with her doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. And much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes in. Wait a minute. Much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee himself. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is just something unsettling about him. I don't trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of the Luxbourne Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft.
Oh boy.
The look on his face was priceless when I parked in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments.
The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
She doesn't look too happy here.
Oh, it's alright. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
And I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here.
The Ermagood Mansion?
That's the one.
That's the one. The worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that would be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card right at... No, must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe for a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words and not mine. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? October 21st, Friday. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Oh boy.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
Okay.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this.
Well, this is the lovely couple that is trying to buy that mansion, that is interested in buying the mansion that Isabelle just has to finish things up with to finish the deal.
This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere. You know how I operate, Hana. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
Yeah, so we didn't see this side of this couple when we were playing the point of view of Isabelle, who just lost her best friend, Rose. So now we're 3 days before that event happened, before Rose got killed, and we're seeing the perspective and the point of view of Hannah from the couple who buys that, or is trying to buy that mansion.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
Oh boy.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
Oh god. To add salt to the wounds of this guy. He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, huh? But...
Whose side are you on?
Huh.
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home. Are we clear?
It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their own arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, all they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff
I
at.
just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the Triad tasting.
But sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we just went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive.
There he goes in with a good point. Have I been neglectful? Have I offended him? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff...
Certainly, any problem can be discussed, right? As long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
Oh boy. Why must he treat me this way? Should I remain silent or defend myself? I say we defended myself. I think she would... A lot of times in these visual novels like this, guys, I'm offered a choice. Sometimes we have a choice that's, probably the best choice, and a lot of times we have a choice that's probably the not the best choice. But in here, obviously, remaining silent is probably the best choice. But a lot of times you'll see me take not only the more entertaining choice, but what I feel is actually the more plausible choice. And I think that Hannah might defend herself here, especially with him being such a grump in this situation. Yeah, so I thought we're going to have her defend herself.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want. I'm ecstatic. Understood?
Wow.
And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed.
Oh,
We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum.
Huh.
And you are going to behave during the tour.
Oh yeah? Damn. Getting sassy. Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine. I think she means no wine two different ways. No wine is an alcohol, and no wine is wine like a little biatch.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
Oh boy.
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key.
Hmm?
Do you understand me?
Damn, she is being really defensive.
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Johannes, I like him. He comes in and says the most blunt shit.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
Right?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
Oh boy. Pretty entertaining. So still Friday the 21st, Friday morning. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared at the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. And by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind now. Now it's the afternoon of Friday the 21st. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting of a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated and, with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can eventually call home. And at the number of the other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxborn certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as a prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went in with the Rose Woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. Okay. Human unlocked, Bad Blood. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabelle. Okay, so this is us, Isabelle, here. This is Rose, who ended up meeting her, her last day in just a few days from now. And this is that obnoxious husband of Hannah. What the hell is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she's scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, and then she's panicking over some sort of a prank letter or something. The second thing on my mind is how touchy my darling husband is toward the poor dear. I cannot even plaster a smile on my face, a horrid scowl taking its place. There is no way I can pretend nothing is wrong as I hum.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Damn. But he's got his hands all over Isabelle, who we started off playing this visual novel. I didn't really know that. I know there was like an awkward moment or whatever when I was reading it, a month ago, whatever it was, while I read the last part. There was a little bit something awkward, but I don't remember quite exactly that. He is quick enough to detract his hand, which is all that the girl needs, well, for a lack of a better word, to escape.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Wow. Her partner follows, shouting after her without any hesitation. There is an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever in the hell that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not an audience to the act in the first place. Oh, wow. So not only did he make an awkward moment by touching this Isabelle as she's trying to finish the cell, but now the whole awkwardness and everything like that has drawn attention, and everybody that is in this mansion, in this presence, is speaking about what the hell happened. That's crazy. I can imagine this would put the Hannah in a very... I think she should be pissed. It doesn't take too long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into a study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last of all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study that he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head.
So this is what I'm talking about. Everybody thinks that what happened and what she saw was just her imagination or whatever. And I think it's probably really happening.
And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Oh, it's fine. The poor girl must feel so embarrassed about what she just did. But I say, let bygones be bygones. After all, she's only a child. She looked, what, 19?
I shoot Luke an accusing look at these words. Yeah, you creep. After all, he tried flirting with the girl. The nerve of him. And not only that Isabelle girl, but also Marianne, and hell, even Rose too. What kind of husband would think that it's even remotely a good idea to make moves on 3 different women while his own wife stands there watching? Did he drink while I wasn't looking?
She's a bit older than that. But again, I apologize. And if there's any way I can make up for what just happened, just...
I know what you can do. Be a darling flower and get us one of those bottles you plan to serve.
Oh boy, he wants to drink. Didn't his wife tell him not to be drinking? Goddamn. What a dick, man.
Pop it open.
We were planning on serving some champagne. I can get that.
That would be lovely. Much obliged.
Do you want a glass as well, Ms. Wright?
Oh no, I'm fine. I really shouldn't be drinking right now.
Yeah, I think she means, like, he shouldn't be drinking too. And Luke shouldn't be either. But right now, I'm just too tired for any sort of an argument. I don't have the heart to scold him in public as well. I am certainly not his damn mother. I just want to get this horrid day done with so I can go home and go to sleep. Perhaps I'll even have a strong cuppa before I head off to bed. Yeah, that sounds nice. When Rose comes back with the champagne, I beckon her over. As I have told her partner before, I have every intent of acquiring this house. I might as well, even if I'm having second thoughts about getting it for Luke. The moment we, the Wrights, have expressed interest in this place, we've had eyes set on us. If we don't buy this, that might as well be the signal to have busybodies gossip about how we may or may not have lost our fortune. Regardless of the fact that it is false, image is everything when dealing with these people. These are the unspoken rules for people such as ourselves. And besides, I really did like this place. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Oh god, except for this ugly painting in the study. Yeah, that's a little horrifying. It looks like a bad fake of a Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
Damn.
If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course.
Wow.
Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right. She's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There is a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yes, like a professional. I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. It's admirable.
We have this project, then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
That's freaky. A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
It looks like, what the hell? And lo and behold, the painting is gone. It just disappeared. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression in the mirror.
Odd. Well, no matter.
Yeah, I think this place might be a little bit haunted, just saying.
Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear.
Yeah, there it is.
We are simply far too busy to meet up.
Should I free up my schedule or question the need for a meeting? Let's question the need. I think that's what she would do. This isn't the first estate we've acquired, of course. We bought plenty of others, from penthouses in Luxbourne to vacation in townhouses in nearby cities. It is, however, the first time that an interior designer has asked for a meeting with me. Normally, I just let them do as they please and hope for the best. I found that they rather like the creative freedom that is lent to them. They all bragged about it. Hannah Wright is living in a house that I designed.
I can make time, but I'm sure you're more than capable enough to work on your own, yes? Surely I would just get in the way and you can do things faster and more efficiently without my input. Because, no offense, if you're one of those workers who need constant supervision and hand-holding, you might as well tell me no so that I can look for another interior designer to work with.
Damn, she's basically saying that if she presses her to continue with this meeting, that she's just going to look for another interior designer. Wow. She's getting pretty bold. Surely, this one will feel the same.
Yes. I am capable of working without any design input and without supervision, Mrs. Wright. But it'd be entirely different if I know what you two would want for this home, how each room is meant to be used. You have to consider what sort of color palette you would want, at the very least. Do consider that this will be your home and not mine.
Oh, she's got a point. None of those houses ever did feel like home.
You won't give me a choice in the matter, will you?
What? No. You do have a choice, and...
No. You've clearly made up your mind that we must meet. All right. Monday, 10 o'clock sharp.
Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. Yeah, well, you know what happens on Monday.
We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9. But who is even awake at that unholy hour? I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. October 21st, Friday, in the evening. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it is we now own this house. And by the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Well,
He almost
I'm
looks
glad
evil.
you're not complaining like you usually do. It's a right and proper Christmas miracle, isn't it? Hannah has finally done something right.
They're continuing to argue. I refuse to even look at him, staring at the passing scenery instead.
Hey, Buttercup, what's with this cheek?
Rose, lily, mint.
The nerve, Luke, the nerve!
Is that what this is about? One, that woman's name was Rose. And two, you know I don't mean a word of that empty flirting.
And it's still the principle of things, Luke. I understand if you try to woo them to get what you want when it seems that I'm not looking. But I told you once before not to do it when I'm there.
Right? Luke dealt with other women in the past to get whatever he wanted. Sometimes I have my doubts. I really want to believe that I am not an exception, that he is not just using me like how he used those other girls. I am having a hard time believing that now. And it isn't just the shameless flirting. There's something about that Marianne woman, as if Luke is familiar with her. As much as it shames me, it makes jealousy rear its own ugly head. I am, suffice to say, ticked off. I'm pissed.
Really? I forfeit my trip to Cardiff for this, and you're still not happy.
Oh, trust me, Luke.
Still not happy.
I am very happy.
Yeah, she looks happy.
That, for once, we are doing something that I want. Can you not see the smile on my face?
I can't see the smile. You guys see a smile there? I definitely don't see a smile. It is only written when I let loose those words that the truth hits me like a slap in the face. And by the looks of it, it seems to have the same effect on my dear, darling husband. It has always been Luke wants to do this and Luke wants to do that, hasn't it? I don't even remember the last time we went to, which was my own choosing, without needing to get the man's approval. On the other hand, I was pulled along to every single expedition he wished to tackle, and I never objected. Ouch. The rest of the ride home is spent ignoring each other, pretending that the other doesn't even exist. Well, that sounds like a happy marriage after 7 dear, wonderful years. And it is the evening now of October 21st, arriving at our penthouse. My first order of business is to get my ass to bed. Forget a hot bath and forget the tea. Just want to bury myself in blankets and forget everything in my damn slumber. It seems that Luke has the same idea in mind as he tags along behind me. But this is something I will not allow the moment I pass through the door.
Out.
She's not even letting him sleep with her.
What the bloody hell, woman? This is my bedroom too!
Luke stands flabbergasted as I deny him entry into our chambers. His pillows lie on the cold, tiled floors away from the warmth of our soft down bed, and my gaze promises him the same fate.
Don't
if
even
he doesn't...
try to argue, because
Damn
I
it.
am very cross with you, Luke Wright.
Alright, so I click, I'm getting too click happy, guys. So his pillows lie on the cold, tiled floors away from the warmth of our soft down bed, and my gaze promises him the same fate if he does not budge on this matter. And she says, don't even try to argue with me, because if I am very cross with you, Luke, right?
You can take the second bedroom or the guest room if you wish, but I do not want to see you at all for the rest of the night.
Damn. I mean, I can't really blame her.
Johans!
Johans, he calls for their assistant. Our butler wanders over, a curious expression on his face. He doesn't quite hurry, moving at a relaxed pace, no matter how angry his master sounded.
No, you are not allowed to sleep in my room, sir.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's not what I mean! Help me talk some sense into her!
There is no sense in questioning her right to be angry, sir.
Right? He's right.
So, if I might be excused, I'll go prepare the second bedroom for you.
Wow. I have to keep a straight face as he stomps away in defeat. Yeah, you know she's wanting to laugh.
Mutiny! This is mutiny! The system is being upturned, and the people are rioting, and everything is left asunder.
Damn. It isn't every day that Luke is rendered speechless by someone he considers inferior, or to yield to another authority without an ulterior motive. His pride just won't allow it. I do keep telling the man to treat his people better. He may throw whatever fit he wants, but he will not be getting his way tonight. Victorious, I celebrate by jumping face first into our bed. Undignified, yes, but nobody is here to judge me anyway. right? Nobody is here to tell me what to do. Yet, as I succumb to sleep, I can hear them whisper to me. I can hear them whispering, "Oh boy, help me," calling for me. They want me. They need me. They drown me and pull me down and suffocate me in their embrace until I sink to the bottom. Oh yikes, they're coming after her now. A deep abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. They're calling me from in here, aren't they? And I do want to help. I do. But when I try to reach out, something pulls me back like a hook sinking itself into my stomach. Oh God! That made me jump. Wow! And I break through the surface with a gasp. Alone in bed and without loot to hog the covers, I am swathed in cloth and slicked with sweat. It takes me a while to untangle myself and kick them all off of me. Both the bed and I are a right-out mess by the end of it all, but I am more than eager to just get up and go out for some fresh air. Wow. All right, guys, so now we're going back to Wednesday when after Rose has died, and we see already what's going on. Now the demons that envelop this haunted house, this mansion that they're trying to buy, are not, they went after Rose. They're trying to get to Isabelle, and now they're going after the lady that's trying to buy the very mansion where they live. So this is getting really good, guys, and this is a great stopping point. So I do want to go and thank you guys for watching. I'm really enjoying this visual novel, The Letter, and I hope you guys are too. You'll have to comment down below. Let me know if you've enjoyed part 4 here, and if you're anxious to hear part 5, which I'll probably try to read here in the near future. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. This has been Zaxxon, and night. Have a good one.